Have you ever wanted to know what it's like to be a real traveling competitive Pokemon player? Well, today we're going to find out by talking to someone who is exactly that. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we have a webcam battle with Gabe Shumway, who is a competitive Pokemon player for the Shuffle Squad, and we're going to get into a little bit more about what that means and what it looks like to actually travel. One of the challenges of filming these videos like a week or so, 2 weeks, whatever it is, in advance is I have no idea what shirt I wore in the video right before this goes up, so sometimes it looks like I'm wearing the same 3 shirts, but in like reality, I just filmed 2-3 videos in a day, or I filmed them really far in advance, don't remember what I wear, and then it's like, oh man, it looks like this guy only has 2 shirts, but I have more. Before we go and actually meet Gabe, if you haven't already, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment, all things. Tell YouTube this is a good channel, other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some TCG accessories, I'm affiliated with Dragon Shield, so use the link in the video description to get yourself some awesome Dragon Shield matte sleeves. They're the only ones I use. I get a kickback so I can make more and better videos for you guys. Become a member if you want, that's cool, and I have a Discord and a Twitter, you can check those out as well, all that stuff, video description. Shuffle Squad, a fantastic group of individuals who I've had almost the entire team on the channel at this point. Also, link in the video description, so go give them a shout or a follow, subscribe, whatever it is on this platform. It's a little hard to keep up with all the different join and subscribe and member and just do the thing. Gabe, thank you so much for taking the time to join me here on the channel. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all.
So, I said this in the intro of the video that you are a competitive player for the Shuffle Squad, which is like a group of players who, work together and test together. But what does a competitive player for a group like that look like?
Yeah, so it depends. You get different things in different places. But as far as like a competitive team, it's just a group of people who test together. There's so much different testing, especially during like the past few weeks over NAIC in Milwaukee. There was just a ton of group testing that went into it, a ton of discussion of ideas, working on lists. Just basically a group of people who are kind of dedicating some portion of their life to Pokemon or whatever competitive esport you're referring to, and just trying to grow with each other and make each other better, essentially.
Very nice. Now, not specifically for the Shuffle Squad, because I don't know what that looks like, but if someone was interested in joining any competitive group or team, what's some things that they could do to try and make a name for themselves or get themselves out there?
Sure, I think there's a few ways you can go about that. The first is just kind of it's more the way that I go about it, which is just let the results speak for themselves, essentially. So just go about it, put in the time, put in the hours, grind out games and try to get those big accomplishments. For me specifically, I'd been playing for a while, but I think people really started to know me because I kept doing well in the online tournament scene over COVID. Right. And that's how I kind of got my name out there with accomplishments, and then other accomplishments this year at regionals and whatnot. So that's the first way. The second way is just to build a following for yourself. So for the Shuffle Squad, we have half our group is a competitive team and half our group is a content creation team. So there's ways where you may not be, someone who's day 2ing every regionals or, getting a top 8 at NAIC or something. But you can be the type of person who is just really entertaining. You can be the type of person who goes out there, start your own YouTube, start your own Twitch, this or that, and really grow a name for yourself that way, or just market yourself well in kind of this internet age that we find ourselves in.
So what you're saying is I could be a part of the Shuffle Squad as the class clown and just be the entertaining guy who comes in, just
you could say it that way, the court jester of sorts.
That's all I'd be able to offer you guys, by the way. So don't include me in the Shuffle Squad. I will drag you all down.
Dad took away. Dad keeps the doctor away, right?
Yeah, seriously. So you play really competitively, and how long have you been playing? I know you said you started to get a lot of success in the online era, but previously, how long have you been playing?
Yeah, so I started playing in juniors actually. I've been playing for almost 10 years now.
Wow.
Just around that. So I started back in juniors when I was like 7, 8 years old. So like my first competitive season was 2012, 2013. That I got my Worlds invite. That was my first full competitive season, and I've just been kind of going from there.
God, 2012, I graduated college.
Yeah, I was.
Man,
I think I was in like second or third grade. Like I was a solid like 4'4" or whatever. Like I was. Yeah, I did. I was not nearly as good at the game then as I am now.
You're making me feel so old. Oh, good lord. So anyway, part of the competitive aspect is going to tournaments, and not every tournament is local. Sometimes you have to travel. Can you tell me a little bit about what it's like having to travel to all these events, and maybe some like the challenges or stress, and how that affects your gameplay and how you can like overcome
Yeah,
that?
yeah, definitely. So I just started traveling a little more widely this year. So especially in juniors and seniors, I really wasn't able to travel far. I don't come from a lot of money, so I was always just kind of going to like more local regionals back then.
Okay.
But now I'm able to like work and whatnot, and going to regionals, especially like on the West Coast or in the Midwest, it's just like I think burnout is one of the biggest challenges that I found that I have to overcome. Especially like the week of Milwaukee and NAIC. I was staying over in the Midwest in Ohio between those 2 days, and just like the sheer amount of testing. There's one
Yeah.
thing of just like traveling. Like I was in before Milwaukee, I was in a car for like 20 hours in a day at one point,
Savage.
and that takes a very physical toll on you. So a lot of times it's like knowing when to stop, knowing when to take a break. There is a lot of times where I know people who can just like straight up test like nonstop, like 10, 12 hours a day. I'm the type of person who's like, yeah, I'll play for an hour or two, then take a break, then play for an hour or two. So it's about knowing your limits and just taking care of yourself too, especially with like a lot of travel. You always want to make sure, you stay hydrated. I've been dehydrated at tournaments before. It's not fun. Like, try to get 3 good meals in you every day sort of thing. So it's just take care of yourself, know your limits sort of thing. And that's going to come like with more travel and everything.
Yeah, that's something that I've mentioned previously, and I did a video a while back of like, what do I pack in a bag for like when I go to a tournament, especially one that's not like you're going to your locals and it's like 6 or 8 people and you're gonna be there for a couple like an all day like 1K, 2K, and it always includes water, Advil, a snack like some type of like protein
Yeah.
bar or something, just because I'm the kind of person who gets hungry very fast. Like I constantly want to eat, and so by like if you're feeling dehydrated, you're feeling hungry, like you're not focused on the game as much because now you're thinking, man, I'm really thirsty, or man, I'm really hungry, and you start to get off your game. Is that something that you've experienced?
Oh yeah, so this was a few years ago. The one year I missed my invite, I was going into NAIC, and I just needed like points to get it back in seniors. And I got so dehydrated that I like almost passed out at the start of a round,
Oh
and
yeah.
like I had to like drop early. One year in that, and like then and there was like that was my limit. Like ever since, everyone has their go-to snack. I bring applesauce, like a 6-pack of applesauce to every single tournament I go to. That isn't like a locals. Like I literally bring applesauce with me to every single tournament.
Can I ask why? Is it because it's like high in sugar, so it gives you a lot of energy?
Yeah, it's also just like fruit kind of makes you feel full without giving you all the calories. So like
Sure.
it'll like if you like a lot of times with like a lunch break, say the lunch break's not long enough. I've had regionals where I finish my round super late going into lunch break and there's big lines everywhere. And
Yeah.
like applesauce will carry you through. I don't know, like whenever I have a win in it, I like a big win in it, I always like have some applesauce before and it usually goes pretty well.
Okay, you
It's
heard
really
it.
all that I can say.
Applesauce improves your gameplay. Confirmed. One of the things that I wanted to ask you is if you're going to Worlds this year.
Yeah, I have the hotels booked. I'm booking the flights this weekend because I've been told, as far as the flight secrets I know, is that it's cheaper to book them on the weekends. So it's going to be booked within the next few days.
Okay, awesome. Now, you've been to Worlds in the previous, or I guess the younger age divisions, yes?
Yes. Yep.
Are you expecting it to be different now as a master compared to.
Oh, absolutely.
So what's one of the big challenges or changes that go from, say, juniors or seniors to masters? Because you always hear about it, but I've never had someone be able to like talk to it. Aside, and this might be aside from, well, it's just better players. Is there anything else that is different?
I think the like just round amount. So like my first year, the first year that they did the day one, day two environment at Worlds was 2015. Before that, it was just like one day of spot date and like cut and everything. But the first year that they had the day one, day two was 2015. And back when I did that in juniors, there was 5 rounds. You just needed to win 3. I've known years. I think there's been years where there's I think most of the time juniors is like 5 rounds. You need to go 3 and 2. And masters, it's basically like you need to go 6 and 2 in a lot of cases. You need to have a record where you can make day 2 if it was a regional. But it's literally just all world's caliber players. It's just all amazing players. Whereas like I did day 2 once in seniors, and that was 7 rounds, so it was quite a bit of a toll. But masters is just like the meta is slightly different, but I think the biggest thing is that it's just a longer, more exhausting day. And then you have to go to sleep and go right into day 2 after that with half the players being super fresh.
Right.
So it's definitely tougher to deal with in that regard.
Okay. Yeah, that is definitely something that I wasn't aware of. I should be joining the juniors. You only have to win 3 rounds. That's doable. I can do that. I can win 3 rounds.
Put the shoes on your knees and, walk around.
Nobody, listen, I'll shave my beard. Nobody will know. We have to play a couple of games, and you have to 2-0 me in order for this to be like a standard webcam battle for me. So what deck are you bringing to us today?
Yeah, I'm bringing this kind of turbo counterbox style deck. So it was played at NAIC. I had 2 friends who had done very well with it, and it was kind of a rogue homebrew deck. I've been playing with this a ton lately. I think it's really, really strong. So it kind of combines the counterbox types of the format. So it has things like Vikavolt V in there for the Palkia matchup. It also plays a Raikou for that matchup. And then you have cards like Moltres and Zapdos to kind of go about your Mew matchup and your Arceus matchup. So it has just kind of, it's just a classic counterbox style deck where it has all these tools kind of tied together through this engine of Mew and trekking shoes.
Okay, I'm very interested to see how this works. I'm playing Arceus Flying Pikachu Beedrill, not the Arceus Flying Pikachu deck that Azul took to win at NAIC, a slightly different version of it. But I still think it has a lot of potential, a lot of use, especially the Raikou and Beedrill being the Flying Pikachu and the Beedrill in a counterbox deck where you're playing things like Zapdos and Raikou or whatever. Flying Pikachu can be very, very useful. So we'll see how it goes. I think that's good shuffling.
Yeah, it should be good.
I was shuffling the entire time previously, like while I was waiting for us to set up.
Oh, yeah. I have a mulligan.
Okay. That could be good. I don't mind that too much.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really gonna go ahead and complain about mulligans.
No, never have. Never have. Although, actually, I'm sure there's a time or two when I was playing, like, a Beedrill deck like this, where I was like, you know what? I actually kind of don't want extra cards. Like, I can make Mustard happen pretty reliably.
Yeah, you can always choose not to take them, too.
Yeah, but who does that?
It's just to cover up for the people who will, like, play one basic in their deck at 50 mulligans and then be like, yeah, I'll pass for the win. Alright, I got a starter over here.
Okay.
With that.
I will take the mulligan draw. It was not helpful.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
Start the Vikavolt, draw for turn. I'll start off with the trekking shoes. I'll keep it.
Hey,
I'll go ahead and energy search.
hey, that trekking shoes isn't legal. I'm sure everyone has made that joke at some point.
Yeah, at some point or another.
But you know what? If everyone else gets to do it, I want to be able to do it too.
Yeah, I borrowed them from locals the other day, and then I came back to record this, and I was like, "Oh yeah, these are not in the deck." I'll grab the dark energy. Drop the Radiant Greninja. I'll use concealed cards. Ooh, that's a kind of awkward draw, actually. Let's see. Go ahead and quick ball away lightning energy.
That is interesting. Though I'm sure this deck plays a handful of energies, or at least training courts to recover it.
Yeah, it plays training courts. It can just get a little awkward to discard them early sometimes, combined with Greninja, or combined with, Greninja and everything.
Part of me wishes this was my regular Arceus and Talion deck, because I would really love to Thunderous kick that Vikavolt.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking you were going to say, like, Dunsparce or something, but yeah, that definitely would help. I will play down the very relevant escape rope. So, yeah, you can't switch over there. Mysterious Tail.
So many options to choose from, though.
I know, your bench is so full. Let's see. Go ahead and grab a switch cart.
Ooh, okay. I was not expecting you to pick that one.
Yeah, it's I mean, the deck doesn't play any, like, it's all basics, which maybe I shouldn't be telling you because I know that Flying Peak is coming out.
Oh, that was happening either way, so.
But yeah, I mean, Switch Cart just is kind of Switch, but better in this circumstance. I will patch the lightning energy there. And I'll go ahead and pass.
Alright, I will draw. This isn't good whatsoever. So.
Oh, I love hearing that.
I'm gonna go ahead. We're just, the odds of you being able to KO this, I think, are pretty low. As long as I don't bench more Vs to allow Zapdos to attack easily. So I think I'm okay attaching. We're actually gonna go ahead and attach to the bench. And I'll attach a choice belt. And that's all I can do. I don't have a particularly good hand, so
I'll drop return. Oh, wonderful top deck. This hand is so bizarre. I'll start off with Mysterious Tail.
one thing I want to ask is, how do you know when the best time to Mysterious Tail, like, how do you know when it's better to Mysterious Tail before playing or using concealed cards? Like, what's the rationale for one before the other?
Well, in this case, I just didn't have energy in my hand, so it made the decision a little easier. Typically, you want to concealed cards first. Yeah, typically you want to concealed cards first, just for sequencing. So, like, in most cases, unless it's kind of like figure out what depends on the other. So sometimes it's like, oh, if I get this one specific card off Mew, then I don't want to discard this energy, I want to attach it instead, or vice versa. So there's kind of that decision making a lot of times if you need like two important items. you would conceal cards first and then Mysterious Tail. So it's somewhat circumstantial, but there's also some kind of rationale behind it.
Okay. Okay.
I'll scoop up nets. It doesn't particularly matter what I'm going to go into. I'll just switch card back.
Sure. I had a feeling that's
on Mysterious Tail again.
I had a feeling that switch card would be used this turn to do exactly that.
Yeah. Finally, here we go. Quick ball.
Okay.
I'll grab that. I'm going to be going back in. Quick ball. Discard a switch card.
And this is where things get unfortunate for me.
Things start to get out of hand now. I think I'll just go ahead and grab that Crobat.
I have a plan for next turn, but let me tell you, it's not a good one.
I'll attach the Cape of Toughness and then the Air Balloon there, and I will Dark Asset for 5 cards. I mean, a big thing too is just playing to your outs. Like, if you have an out, that's always the move. It's just to see if you can pull it off in that way.
Well, let's see if I even get that far.
Yeah. Let's see. I've not used concealed cards yet, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right. Ooh. Can I try to pull that off? I think I'll probably just end up playing this turn kind of safe. But, ooh, there's a very, very convincing argument growing for playing this turn in a very unique way.
Well, I will say that this is super casual. This is just for fun. So play this however, if this is like an opportunity for you to see like how something would work, I think this is a good time to.
Yeah, I think I'll go for a bit of an out there play. I'll play it a little aggressively. I'll switch card. Use this Mysterious Tail. Grabbing the quick ball. I'm going back in.
Sure.
I'll energy search. Grabbing the fighting. Go ahead and quick ball that away. The Galarian Zapdos. Am I going back in? I am. I'll drop the Lumineon, use Luminous Sign. To grab the research.
Sure.
Here's where almost all my switching cards are gone, but it's okay. I was like, I grabbed a second switching card last turn in case I needed to Mew a little more, and then I just top decked the third one. I was like, oh, okay, this is fun. Let's go ahead and scoop up this. I still somehow haven't retreated, so we'll go back into that. Zapdos. I'll play down the training court. Where can this choice ball go? Is there any numbers that it helps with on Zapdos? I don't think so. I'm gonna put it on the Crobat and then research away another Mew. Alright, here we go. I'll energy switch. And then use the training court to get back the fighting. attaching it to the Zapdos.
Yep.
Here comes crazy combo. I'll retreat, and I'll go with Thunderous Kick for the knockout.
All right. That was fun for everybody. We're all having a good time.
Half of us are having a good time.
So I'll promote you. I'll draw for turn. So I have no choice but to go into the Arceus V-Star and Starburst. Because I, just for funsies.
Oh my lord. That is a hand, alright.
So, we're going to get, and you have a full hand, I assume. Five
a whopping
cards.
8 cards.
8 cards, yeah. So it's like, I want to get the research, but I also kind of need the stuff in my hand, so we're going to go with the Marnie.
I'll start shuffling my hand now while I'm at it.
Yeah, might as well, right?
The minute you played down that Arceus V-Star, I was like, yeah, I should probably start shuffling my hand.
And luckily for me, that Zapdos will get KO'd. Because I'll hit it for 210. So that's pretty nice. And you don't have any other energies in play. So, kind of have to hope you don't have like a Raihan or something off this Marnie. But I'll attach the DTE because I literally have no choice. And yeah, we'll just Marnie because there's literally no other playable cards in my hand.
Stick that on the bottom and then go with the 4.
Let's see what we managed to pull here. Sabl's pretty good. Flying Pikachu is pretty good. So just by virtue of having to play this Flying Pikachu, that gives you a potential 6 prizes, but because you took 2, 4, 6. So it's like benching the other Sobble really, is it really harmful to bench another Sobble? I don't.
Do you play Scoop Up Net? I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. Which I do. So I think we're okay here to Trinity Nova.
All right.
And I'll get some energies onto this thing.
Yeah, that is looking really scary, especially having to play my escape rope turn 1.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't even escape rope them boss to like hit the flying Pikachu.
Yeah, alright. I'll go ahead and promote this Mew and draw for turn. Let's see what I can go for. I'll start off with the trekking shoes. Whoa. Card fell into my lap. I got it. I will discard the Scoop Up Net and then draw.
Took my 2 prizes for the Zapdos.
Yes.
So that got evened up pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty fast. I'll go ahead and Quick Ball away the Galarian Moltres to grab the slightly larger version. Gotta figure out which attack I'm going in with this turn now. How many cards are in your hand?
4.
4, okay. I'll use Mysterious Tail.
I don't know if you could see it, but I put a die on my hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it now. I wasn't looking up there before.
I literally just added it because I just thought about it.
Makes total sense. I think, yeah, I'll grab the choice belt. If I had one more piece, there's a chance I could have pulled off the knockout on the bench with Moltres.
On the flying Pikachu?
Yeah.
Ooh, that could have been fun.
Yeah, I'm like, man, it's just one piece short. I'll bench the Galarian Moltres.
I'm curious to know what that play is. Because I know you could Dire Flame Wings attach, but I guess you would go in with the Vikavolt?
Yeah, I think the plan this turn is to go in with the Vikavolt. I was going to say I could have used the plan that I was going for initially. I was going to try to use this
Okay.
Malevolent Charge and then Energy Switch onto here with the Dire Flame Wings and the attach. And
Right.
then get that belt and go with that.
You don't even need the belt. You do 190.
Oh, yeah, that's 190, doesn't it? I thought I had 210 for a minute.
Nah, it's a little baby Pikachu. It don't need 210.
Fair enough. I'll Training Court for the Lightning.
But now you can item lock me.
Yeah, that's the big key to the matchup, I guess. I'll Energy Switch there. Question is, what do I want to attack into? I think I just have to go right into the mouth of the dragon, so to speak. I'll boss up the Flying Pikachu.
Okay.
It's free retreat, but I think it's still just going to have to be the play at this point. And I'll Paralyzing Bolt for 100.
And that's with weakness.
Yes.
All right. Let's draw. What a top deck.
And
So this is where things get really problematic for you.
yeah, that's an understatement.
So I'm just going to go ahead and max Balloon because I can't play items. And I want to hit into this Vikavolt so that I can play items. So
Yeah.
Max Balloon will do 160, and now you can't hit this Pokemon with basic Pokemon.
All right, I'll go ahead and draw. How do I go about this? Huh. I'll start it with the Training Court.
Okay.
Grab a Lightning Energy. Yeah, I'll use Concealed cards. For the 2. Alright. I'll use Dire Flame Wings. Getting an energy onto that Moltres. Is there any way around this?
Without your escape rope?
I'm trying to like see if there's a line that I'm missing. I don't see one. I'm just gonna go to game 2. Alright, good luck.
Oh, I gotta set these prizes.
Oh.
But, okay. There we go. Good
A
luck.
starter in the deck. I'll drop return.
Oh, you're living my life. Starting the Pumpkaboo.
Yeah. I'll drop a Raikou. Go in with Energy Search. We're just going to be grabbing this Lightning here. Not really a big argument for anything else.
Yeah. I don't see why you'd grab a fighting.
that. I will scoop up net the Pumpkaboo.
Sure.
If only I had started this. I'll use fleet-footed. Draw a card. Okay. Go ahead and attach that lightning energy. I'm trying to think if you have any weird shenanigans in there to get a turn 1 knockout. I think I'm probably safe with this Raikou.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, single strike mustard wouldn't take me out. I'll go ahead and pass.
All right. We'll draw. We're going to have to drop a Flying Peak. We're going to drop a Sobble. We do have the turn 1 Arceus DTE, though, which is very nice.
Yeah, that's very convenient.
Because now it's going to force you to choose, do you want to deal with this Arceus or do you want to deal with the Pikachu? Obviously, the answer is Pikachu.
Well, also, it's like putting kind of a big threat on my setup, which is kind of weak to start.
And just to be safe, just to kind of play around that item lock, I'm going to go in Evo Incense now.
Makes sense.
So we'll get the Arceus for this next turn. And because if you Marnie, then I don't have to worry about bossing, because now I just give you the Sobble if you like escape rope me. And if you boss, then I don't have to worry about the Marnie. So yeah, and then I'll just Trinity Charge.
Sounds good. How have you been liking that deck so far? I was thinking about trying it out. I saw like several people playing it at NAIC.
This is like my 3rd time playing it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have a ton of experience with it.
Plethora of experience.
Yeah. We're gonna attach 1 to the Arceus, and then 2 to the Peak.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and draw. Oh man, that was the one card I really didn't want to see off the top. Let's see here. Which one of these do I want to use first? I'll start out with the fleet-footed.
That makes sense. Get a free draw, see what you can do.
Alright, that helps out a bit. I'll go into the quick ball. Discarding Pumpkaboo.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna need that.
Yeah, I'd hope not. But you never know with this deck.
I will tell you straight up, again, friendly game, so I'm okay giving some info. I don't run Path in this deck, so...
Yeah, I was thinking, like, if you do run any stadium, it would probably be something like training for it.
Which it is.
Yeah. What can I do with...
Regular Arc Intel, and now that's a different story.
Yeah. Okay. I'll grab the Crobat.
Sure. Though I think you'd have your own share of issues if this was Arc Intel, because that would be an Arceus. You can't KO this one outside of, I'd probably look for a Dunsparce and make things...
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
I'll Luminous Sign for the boss.
Okay.
Bringing up, yeah, of course, that Flying Pikachu.
And that's exactly why I went and put an energy on the Arceus.
Yeah, makes it so much easier now. Yeah, I was like, I need some backup or else I'm going to have to Lumineon for like a Marnie or a Research or something. So Football definitely helped out.
Was that your top deck?
I don't remember if it was the top deck or the Fleet-footed draw.
Okay.
It's one of the two.
That's why we Fleetfoot, right?
Yeah, exactly. I do this actually. I'll pad the boss back in.
Sure. Yeah, I would.
Just seeing how many cards I can burn now before this proven. I'll go ahead and attach the Luminion energy switch. Be active.
Man, you had it all.
Yeah, my hand was not good before that though. I don't want to draw the toughness cape here. Cape of toughness. I don't think it's going to be too relevant damage-wise, so I'm just going to attach this to the Luminion and then curve out. I think the one extra card is worth it with my not-so-great early game setup.
Yeah. And even with the current board state, you are taking a KO.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't even have to add the choice belt or bench any extra Pokemon.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was not able to get the Cape of Toughness or anything else on the bench. So not the strongest on my end, but I think I can still just afford to Lightning Rondo for the knockout.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and draw for turn.
Sounds good.
We're gonna bench an Arceus V. We'll go into the V-Star. We'll play the Evo Incense. Get the Drizzile. And Choice Belt with the Drizzile. We'll attach to that. Do I want to Starburst? How many cards do you have in hand?
Way too many. 8.
Yeah, I think we have to do something about that. So we'll get Sobble and a Marnie, and I will play the Marnie after benching the Sobble. I only have 2 cards. Which one do you want on the bottom? 1 or 2?
We'll go 2.
2 on the bottom. Okay.
We'll cut it for the story.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta do it. I didn't shuffle after my search, so.
Oh yeah, go ahead and do that.
So what I'll do is I'll take those 2 bottom cards off the deck. And then just shuffle.
Simple fix.
Easy. We don't need judges. We could do this on our own. Because I know for a fact, if I drew after searching and not shuffling, someone was going to be like, "You cheated." I know it.
I've not had in how many? I've been 3 regionals and an NAIC. I've not had like a single penalty on me or my opponent once for like drawing an extra card or anything.
Oh, at NAIC, I got a game loss. All right. Very quickly. My opponent played Roxanne, and something happened. I was like searching, and I was like Trinity Nova, and then they went and did their turn while I was like doing that, which is normally fine. And then I ended up going and somehow shuffling my discard into my deck. I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Lysander's trump card is banned.
So I ended up getting a game loss, of course, and we both knew it. It's like, oh, he's like, "Where's your discard?" It's like, oh no, I don't think I was winning that game anyway, so it didn't really matter. So he was cool about it. He's like, "Look, we don't need to get a judge. We know this is a game loss." I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I have it anyway." So, let's go ahead and just Trinity Nova KO.
All right. Pressure's on me now. At least I'm slightly less worried about a flying Pika play coming out now.
Is that the play you should be worried about, though?
I figured got me questioning that. No, I think Flying Peak is the biggest threat in this deck that needs to be worried about most of the time. Alright, I'll go ahead and start in the meantime.
Yeah, go
Draw
for
the
it.
turn. I'll drop a Moltres V and a Radiant Greninja.
And I'm just going to take 2.
Alright.
Like running out of space over here.
All Energy Search. More for the shuffle than anything else. Oh, that would have been such a good hand if I just researched before I Energy Searched and sequenced badly.
If you sequenced badly, you would have had a better hand.
If I sequenced badly, this would have been amazing. Look at a Dark Energy.
Yeah, I imagine you're going to conceal cards that...
I might just get rid of it, to be honest. I'm afraid of like concealed cardsing and then just like getting a card that I don't want to get rid of.
That's fair.
So I'll just research it away. That way I have another one in the discard for Dire Flame Wings.
I mean, the most I have to worry about at this point is I guess a Zapdos can come in and KO me if you can get a Fighting Energy and an Energy Switch and a Zapdos.
I'm somewhat close, but not super close.
And then also need to get the Crobat
concealed cards
out of the active. Like, you need a few things to make that happen.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a tall order. Oh, this is I was one piece off.
You're one piece off from making that play happen.
This deck has. I think you underestimate this deck.
I don't. I don't know it well enough. We'll say.
Yeah.
And it's not always about the deck itself. It's also how well you can pilot it. And you can definitely, like, if I was to be playing this deck, I wouldn't be able to make the plays that you are. So it's not always the deck. It's sometimes, who's playing it matters a ton.
Oh, I think I go one step deeper. I think I go for it. I'm gonna scoop up net, play this back down, concealed cards. Oh, I think we got there.
Let's see it. You got the switch card, I assume?
Yep, I'll quick ball. Grab that Zapdos. Oh yeah, this is great. This is one of those decks too. I remember saying this before, like playing this deck. I was just like, this deck is so much fun. Like, even if I lose every game, like I'm gonna be happy playing this deck.
Yeah.
All right. Bench that Zapdos. Slap on the Cape of Toughness and that Fighting Energy. I'll switch card into it. Go ahead and Dire Flame Wings. Energy Switch. And I will go ahead and use Thunderous Kick for the knockout.
All right. That's an impressive play. All right. So I will draw for turn. All right. I have to kind of take a risk here. And I just have to research. Actually, I can thin out a little bit. So I'm going to Energy Search. I'm going to Quick Ball a Beedrill, right? Just to get some stuff out.
Yeah, exactly. Thinning is winning.
So the Quick Ball is going to grab an Arceus V. And the Energy Search will grab, I guess, this Lightning Energy. Do I even have the stuff I need to make this work? No, I don't. So actually, I actually don't think there's anything I can do. Well, maybe. Maybe there's something I can do. It's not looking hot. Because I forgot, this list is not my normal Beedrill list that runs a tool scrapper.
Oh, you're used to that. Is that the one you played for NAIC?
Yes. So here I'm thinking, oh, well, I'll just get a tool scrapper, no problem. But this list does not have one. It's one of the downsides of only playing a deck like 3 times, is that you don't know it that well yet.
Yeah, it's just a comfortability thing. The more you play it, the more you get used to it, the easier it'll be.
I'm researching a bunch of stuff.
That is a bunch of stuff indeed.
3, 6, 7. So yeah, we can Ultra Ball. I don't want to give you any energies. I don't think this actually matters because I don't think this list runs Dunsparce either. Which I don't know why it doesn't. Unless I just
I don't know that list by heart, but I do think... I don't know if they play that or not. I was going to say, I think your out is most likely just going to be, 230 plus quick shooting.
This list does not have quick shooting.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure it doesn't even have quick shooting. I think it's just a 1 Inteleon, Shady Dealing Inteleon. It's a 3-3-1 line. So there's nothing I can do to knock this out, and so I'm just gonna lose. So yeah.
Going to game 3 now.
We can. I don't know if we would have time for a game 3.
Okay.
So I'm okay. In a tournament, this would have been time.
Yeah.
So that's how I try to keep this. I don't like the video to go super, super long.
Yeah, I see.
And so, it's casual, but we just play it with the timer just to keep it easy. But that
makes it simple.
You're able to make some crazy plays with the energy switches and the Diaflame wings. Having access to Pumpkaboo means that you can just bump path, and the one challenge I could see, or the one thing I would want to do, is not show path until you are bench locked, but at the same time, then you could scoop up Nat pretty easily.
It also plays Training Court, so...
Yeah, so you could just bump that way. Flying Pikachu, yeah, you could just very easily boss KO this thing. And it only has 190 health. It's very easy to do.
It's a little weird as well when your deck's not, dedicated to it. Where it's the Azul's list from NAIC was kind of dedicated to that Flying Pikachu. Whereas this kind of is more what you have there is kind of more of a toolboxy deck.
Yes, very much so. There is a Sharon's Care in here and stuff, so you hit into the Arceus, I can at least Sharon's Carrot, kind of get those prizes off the board, and then leave you with just the Flying Pikachu VMAX. That's kind of the plan. Use something like Beedrill early game to try to take some surprise KOs on a Mew or a Arceus with a double turbo, but it doesn't even you don't even play any special energies, it looks like. So all those Mustard and Beedrill cards kind of don't do a ton. I maybe can use them to offset the prize, but never really had a good chance to make it happen. There was always, I think, a better play, or what a play I had to make,
You can always use it on the Moltres too, because they're weak to grass.
Yes.
So if you need to use it for the first attack, them attacking with this, or the baby Moltres as well. But it's kind of a good attacker in those circumstances, but it never came up in those games.
It didn't come up. If you were attacking with the Moltres, then yeah, I would absolutely go for it. But because you weren't, I can't Mustard and Boss in the same turn. So if I leave the Beedrill on the field, there's nothing to stop you from being okay, I'm just going to go KO that immediately.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just not my primary attacker in this matchup. If a Mew list teched in Mustard, then that might be a little annoying. But in this matchup, it's not really going to come up as much.
Well, Gabe, thank you so much for taking the time to, play some games and chat with us about what it's like to be a competitive player. I definitely learned a lot about
especially the transition from seniors to masters. I think that's very interesting. So thanks for taking the time with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you have it. Flying Pikachu VMAX against an all-basic deck is not a guaranteed win like some people might think it is, just like it's not a guaranteed win against Palkia. If you have a really good player who knows their outs and knows how to sequence and knows what the threats that you are presenting them are, they're going to be able to play around it most of the time, or at least to the best of their ability, given, if they had drawn a little bit, not as well or whatever, then, or maybe made a missequence here or there, the game might have been totally different. But you can't always bank on your opponent misplaying. Sometimes it's all you can do if you're going against a hard auto loss and just hope they brick or misplay. But when you get into later stages of tournaments or when you start to play and grow, you can't really count on your opponent misplaying. So, make sure that you practice those difficult games, practice the sequencing. It matters a ton. Play with individuals who are better than you so you can see what those outs are. If you never play with anyone who's better than you, then you'll never know what someone could do with the deck, and you'll never see those outs when it comes time to do it for real. But anyway, that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you so much to Gabe for taking the time to chat with me and playing some games. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this and found it a little informative. If you did, share this video and tag your favorite creators and let them know that I'm doing this series and that you want to see them do it with me. That's the only way they're going to do it. But yeah, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.